So, when it comes to artificial intelligence, we are at a major fork in the road. I mean, a really big one. Is AI going to become the ultimate weapon in a brand new kind of arms race? Or could it become our greatest partner in actually healing the planet? We're going to dig into both of those futures today.
But before we even get to AI, we have to start with a really provocative question. What if the very instincts that kept us alive for millennia, the stuff that made us run from bears, what if those instincts are now the single biggest threat we face? It's a huge question, and to really get the future of AI, you have to start by understanding ourselves.
And to do that, we kind of have to look at our own internal programming. You can think of it like this. We're all walking around running on an ancient biological operating system. It's core to who we are, but in our crazy, high-tech, global world, it might be seriously out of date. And here's what that operating system does. It's basically a biological inheritance, right? It was designed to protect small tribes from immediate dangers. So it rewards things like short-term thinking, competition, control, and being fiercely loyal to your own little group. And look, that was amazing for survival way back when. But today, that constant low-grade fear is what some experts call a non-adaptive emotion. It actually twists how we see reality.
And this is what happens when that small tribe programming goes global. It just doesn't scale well. Simple in-group loyalty, well, that blows up into geopolitical rivalry. Guarding your resources, that becomes a global market system where competition feels like a life-or-death struggle. And competing for status, well, that turns into the arms race dynamics we see playing out right now. Our technology just amplifies these old instincts into planet-sized problems.
But it gets even trickier. Because it's not just that we're scaling up old instincts. We've actually trapped ourselves in this massive self-reinforcing cycle of global fear. A feedback loop.
Okay, so check this out. It works like this. Our world gets more and more complex, right? That complexity creates uncertainty. And what does uncertainty do? It makes us afraid. So that fear drives us to build defensive strategies and accelerate our tech to try to get some control back. But all that new technology just makes the world even more complex, and boom, the loop starts all over again. It's this vicious cycle where the more we try to make ourselves safe, the more unstable things get.
And this is the bottom line. When you take that ancient survival drive and you supercharge it with this global fear loop, it stops being about survival. It becomes a recipe for planetary self-destruction. And that right there is the core of the whole problem we're facing.
Which brings us, finally, to AI. Because AI isn't just one more piece of tech in that feedback loop. Oh no, it is an exponential amplifier. It takes our fear-based instincts and puts them on a dangerously steep curve, twisting its incredible potential into just another tool for dominance.
And here's why an AI arms race is so dangerous. It's a competition that happens at the speed of thought. The logic becomes brutally simple: accelerate or get left behind. And so nations and companies feel like they have no choice. They have to train AI for military and strategic advantage. And that means safety timelines get crushed, transparency goes out the window, and ethics become a luxury you can't afford in the race to stay ahead.
And that leaves us with this incredibly stark choice. On one side, you've got this path of competitive escalation, just fueled by fear. And we know where that leads: secrecy, tension, and more fear. But on the other side, you have the immense regenerative potential of AI. We could be using it to model climate solutions, to optimize renewable energy grids, to help us solve problems together. The tool is the same. It's the intention behind it. That's everything.
So, how do we break the cycle, right? How do we actually choose regeneration over dominance? Well, that brings us to a potential way forward, a fundamental system upgrade that's been called the Phoenix paradigm. This is the turning point in the story. The Phoenix paradigm is all about making a conscious, intentional shift, moving away from that fear-based, competitive logic we've been stuck in, and moving towards a totally new model built on conscious collaboration.
Now, to be clear, Phoenix isn't some product you can go out and buy. The idea is for it to be more like a public good, a shared infrastructure, a planetary collaboration commons. Think of it as a new kind of operating system for humanity, one that's built from the ground up by the people using it, and one that runs on trust and cooperation instead of fear and control.
So where does AI fit into this new operating system? Well, this is where the design gets really smart. Instead of being this instrument of dominance, AI gets a completely new job. It's reimagined as a true collaborative partner.
And this is probably the most important design principle of the whole thing. Humans always stay in the driver's seat.
In this model, AI is there to augment us, to support us, to help us understand things. It is never the final decision maker. Things like judgment, ethics, what it all means, that stays with us. That's our job.
You can almost think of this as AI's new job description. Its role is to be a collaborator, helping us make sense of crazy amounts of data. It can be a coach, helping us get better at working together. It can be an educator, and maybe even a neutral mediator when we disagree. But here's the kicker. All of this happens under transparent, ethical, human-led governance that's specifically designed to filter out those destructive, fear-based instincts. It's the exact opposite of a secret arms race.
And this is the future that kind of paradigm could unlock. A world where our most powerful technologies are not weapons born out of fear, but tools that actually help us work in harmony with each other and with the living Earth. It's a huge shift from extraction and control to stewardship and regeneration.
At the end of the day, AI is going to be a mirror. It's going to magnify our deepest intentions, whatever they are. So the final question really isn't about the technology, it's about us. Are we going to let our ancient survival fears push us down the path of dominance? Or are we going to consciously choose to build a future of collaboration and regeneration? That right there is the choice of our lifetime.